Hello guys, I am back here to talk about a character of why people are actually considering him to be more qualified to be on Heroes Wiki than Villains Wiki. And that character is none other than Light Yagami. You know who he is. I mean, it's just like, it's hard to believe that people would actually even think or even consider the idea that, hey, this guy was a hero all along. Alright, excuse my language, but what a load of just crap. Okay, he was not a hero all along, and it's actually been argued by fans that he has had like a darkness inside him all the time. And Oba has even stated that only his father is the righteous one. And to be fair, Soichiro does seem like that type of role model figure. But like Yagami, however, is anything but his father. Anything. Like, okay, I'm not sure about characters like Light Turner or Light Yagami from the whatever it was called, some soap opera from what I've heard. It was something like that. It was some type of live action show. From what I've heard, there was a much more stronger argument for those than the mainstream Light Yagami. But the thing is, those two, however, like those two, I haven't seen those. But back to the one we all know from more so like the anime and manga, Light Yagami is just he's argued to be a sadist, and to be fair, over Villains Wiki describing him to be that way, he does smile over that. He does take pleasure over that, and he did smile. It did show us like a smile when L died. It did show that when it comes to a lot of those things, and he manipulates some people for his own goals. It's just that. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about his motives, and what not many people talk about. Well, kind of always talk about, but here's what I'm trying to get into detail for. Light Yagami, when it comes to being the hero, if you would call it, here's the thing. He does it in the most selfish way possible. There's not a single drop of him being like as if it's not himself, not of himself. It's more so like how he wants things to be. And it's not an act of selfishness, it's just an act of a perfectionist. Like Yagami strives for the act of a perfectionist, not the act of justice. He's more of he's mistaking perfection with justice, or perfectionism, if that's even a word, with justice. That is not the same thing. And what he's doing is just no better. And hold on, let me think of other things. There's also been people, one guy that one time said that he wasn't even that smart. It's just that everyone else is extremely stupid. And so it's pretty funny how he's trying to be a perfectionist. And he does pretty much almost everything perfect. But apparently it's only because of everyone being stupid, and that he didn't really work hard to do it. It's just that when he's outsmarting people, it's just for the sake of shock value, and to surprise you. It isn't really showing that he's smart or has any common sense, because in all honesty, he's actually pretty full retard if you really think about it. If anyone were using the Death Note like that, it would be like, how would he not get caught of using it constantly? And according to the creator, he's killed over 100,000. And the thing about Light is that he was even argued to be somewhat evil even before he got the Death Note in some way. that he has some type of hatred for criminals. They view them as disgusting. But the thing is, how easily he became evil, like, how he did that, he was just laughing about it in a creepy manner. And people who say he was the hero all along, does that look like a hero? Do you see Superman laughing like that, like when he's putting criminals behind bars? Do you see Batman on his first day laughing like that? Unless the Joker gasses him with some of his weird bombs or whatever. So no, oh my goodness, I'm surprised that Villains Wiki actually put like a staple, so I don't know what to call it. There's a staple or some sort to indicate that this villain was proposed, that Light Yagami was proposed to be on Villains Wiki. I honestly wasn't sure if they even need it, because it's too obvious. Only like the ones that are just for him that would say otherwise. Like the ones that don't really see through it. Because let me tell you something. About Light Yagami. If Light Yagami were real, okay, he would either A, get caught easily. The only reason why he was able to do what he was able to do, and how Oba write him, or if that's how you pronounce his name, the only reason why he was able to do, what he was able to do, is because everyone else was just extremely stupid. And the other, I'm going blank on it. And the other is, if you are actually a big fan of him, and you actually work for him, or know his identity, he'll kill you. He'll kill you. He'll find a way for you to die. Now, people would argue that characters like Misa or his family would be spared, but he was willing to I think he was actually willing to take them down too. Any trace left. No trace left behind. He doesn't seem like the type of... Does he really seem like the type of guy to have any remorse for anyone he's cared about? He didn't have any remorse for Misa. And I don't think he gave any crap about his sister or his mom. I mean, sure, he may have gave a crap about his mom in the Netflix film, but that's a different story. But he's the type of guy that's willing to eliminate all trace of it. And people say that because of the creator statement, that his reaction was genuine. That's so hard to believe, given the fact of how he enjoys it. It's very hard to believe that his reaction would be genuine. It's very hard to believe that his reaction would be genuine to his father's death, because he didn't really seem to give a crap about what would happen to his father regardless, and how he was dragging his father in all these weird positions. Like, he got his own dad killed, and he quickly just was like, well, I gotta get to work, gotta get to duty. Like, sorry, that just like it. People are thinking, because he's this guy that you should feel sad about this, because of that anime ending, because of like because of it supposedly being a tragedy. It's not even it doesn't really come across to me as a tragedy. It just comes across as a guy who can just easily snap over just being handed to something. I don't know how everyone else would react to this, but according to Ryuk also said that he was like surprised that Light would use it so frequently, unlike other Death Note users. I think Ryuk may have said that. But the thing is, though, about Light Yagami is that people are actually thinking he's qualified in being a hero. And also, I almost forgot about the anti-hero thing, okay? The anti-hero thing. I'm pretty sure you could still be qualified to be on Villains Wiki for being an anti-hero. So even if we have him qualified, I mean, I'm pretty sure you actually can still be qualified as an anti-hero. Pretty pretty sure. I don't know the actual extreme strict rules on that. But I wonder if I could have sworn that was applied back then. And I think characters like Sasuke may have been applied for that. And he's in many ways an anti-hero. Vegeta is in many ways, we all know, is an anti-hero. So even if Light Yagami is an anti-hero, he'd still be qualified to be on Villains Wiki because of how much of just how evil he actually is, or how much he enjoys his own. Here's the thing: he enjoys his victories. He enjoys the fact that he's got a victory. I don't think it was actually. I don't know for sure when it comes to like the gruesome deaths. I'm not sure about that. But one thing I do know for sure, he does enjoy, when it comes to people that aren't even like the villains that are killed, that don't die, are not even qualified to be the villains, he enjoys the fact that they lose. Like, so there's that. And that's pretty much all I have to say. But it's just that what I'm trying to say here is about this video is that I'm surprised Villains Wiki actually put that, labeled that on there on top of the profile, which goes to show just how people are so willing to paint the image as if he's some hero, some good guy, when he's anything but that. Do you want to say he's like a war hero like Vader, who could be categorized as some war hero? Okay, you could categorize Vader as a war hero, but he's not like a hero in being a good person. If you're referring to like something more qualified, like a hero to trying to accomplish something, that I don't know where that would go for category. But the thing is though, that type of saying of war hero is very outdated. You might as well call Vader a war villain, not war hero. Unless if you want to go into deeper, you want to delve deeper into that, of like the winners write the history and all. But given the examples and what Vader does, he doesn't seem to be qualified to be a war hero. But from what I would like to say, war villain. And Light Yagami is similar to that. He's not a hero of any sort. He may kill villains, but he's more so of a perfectionist. So, like Griffith. Griffith is more like trying to have his own perfected dream. And I think, and it's like the saying of Griffith did nothing wrong, and type of thing. It's like that saying, and people are trying to really expand that with characters like Light Yagami and Griffith, when we all know that they should never be a part of Heroes Wiki ever, and heaven forbid them ever being, unless if Griffith does a redemption, maybe, but I find that very unlikely. I find it very unlikely that Griffith will ever do a redemption. But Light Yagami, he's dead. Unless if they pull some real huge horse manure. And like some news that they're trying to come up with that's going to happen later on. Like with Light Yagami apparently planning everything years after his death in like the Japanese live action movies. Where he actually has a kid. I don't know if the kid's dead or not, but he apparently has a kid or whatever. It's just weird. Nobody knows who the mother is. Just some weird shit. It's just really weird. But about that, yeah, Light Yagami, with all the examples given, there is just no way a guy like him. He's a lot like he's a lot like Dong So Seon in a way. It's like as if he is the true son of Dong So Seon from the webtoon comic Bastard, and Jin Seon was actually Soichiro's son, switched at birth. That would be one hell of a fan fiction twist, but you get what I mean. That's basically all I have to say. I'm getting way too far into this. All I'm going to say is, Light Yagami belongs on Villains Wiki. Keep him there. Bye.